Hospitality Kawasaki here in Misano Adriatico with the 3 times world champion superbike Jonathan Rea. So Johnny, welcome to for this interview, and so another Italian round for you here in Misano. And can you imagine that in 2009 you won your first race here, and after 9 years you're still here?
Well, yeah, when you say 9 years, it feels like a long time. But I arrived at Superbike very young. I think I was 21 when I first started in the World Superbike Championship. So, yeah, 9 years doesn't feel so long then. I don't feel old, but there's been a lot of good moments and also difficult moments in that space of time. But it was nice to win my first race here, especially because it was such a good race with Haga and Fabrizio. And yeah, I look back with happy memories on that race.
So you arrived in 2008, which was the last race. You changed you swapped with Canon.
Yeah, in Portimao. Yeah, it was good. It gave me some good understanding of Superbike. And already my first Superbike race I was 4th in Portimao. And then the following year was difficult. I mean, the bike was very difficult, but we did a good job. I think first season I was 5th in the championship, then 4th, and then I had some injuries, but generally every season I finished I've been in the top 5. But 2 years 2000.
I guess I was beginning end of
13
in
and
Nürburgring.
2011.
In Nürburgring you had the leg, the
And
femur.
here I broke my wrist. Yeah, 2011 I think.
And I remember we met at the Honda presentation in Verona, and
Yeah,
I asked you about your injury.
yeah.
It was January 2014.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you were teammate
Haslam.
with us, and this year in Suzuka you will be teaming up again with Leon.
Yeah, sure.
So talking about also the Suzuka 8 Hours, you will be bringing your team with you in Suzuka.
Yes.
What does it mean?
It's a lot. It means a lot. I mean, Perry and Ori Palares, my chief mechanic, is both coming. So when I spoke with Kawasaki, I only wanted to do Suzuka if it was a full effort. I mean, it takes a lot of time from my year, and in the past, they've always asked me to go, but it's never been the right time. Now with Haslam, who's really fast there, and my team going, it seems like the right time. Also with the schedule, it's perfect. He's very tight now because next week I go testing there on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so it's very difficult to get from Misano to Nagoya.
Yeah.
And but it is how it is, and I think the bike's competitive. So I hope the test next week goes good, and then we can be ready for the race.
So you already won one Suzuka 8 Hours. So will be this your goal?
Yeah, the target's to win. I mean, and be on the podium at least. But the target's clear. I mean, I want to go to win, and it's going to be difficult. Many factories now, Suzuki, Honda, Yamaha, they have factory teams.
Yes.
And with the real factory bikes, so we have to be strong if we're going to be on the podium. So we'll see. But 8 hours, anything can happen, and it's a race that not always the fastest guy wins. So you have to be clever, and I have to remember that because it's a very difficult race with a lot of riders, a lot of slower riders also. So yeah, have to be concentrated for every stint.
Yeah. So this year many superbike riders will be joining the 8 hours, the Suzuka 8 Hour. You and Leon Kramer and Alex Loves and Michael Vandermark, as well as Nicola Canepa. So it will be a tough race.
Yeah, sure.
And exciting race.
Yeah, also from MotoGP, Japanese Championship, World Endurance. There's so many fast riders there. So yeah, it's going to be a tough race.
Yeah. So talking about this championship, you have 75 points advantage of Chad Davis. What does it mean? Which means that you can easily manage the second part of the of the season?
Depends after this race. After this race, I want to, this weekend, the goal is to try to increase my championship lead. And then we can start to think about how to manage the last 4 races. But in 4 races, anything can happen. But of course, it's more easy to manage a gap, more easy to manage the championship with a gap than to manage the championship when you have to catch another rider. So of course, we have an advantage at the minute, but I don't want to start thinking about strategy until after this weekend, until we can understand exactly the points in the summer. But it comes at a good time, this race, because we have 4 rounds left, 8 races left after this one. So I want to forget about the championship until after this race.
Do you believe that you are going to Argentina?
Yeah, I mean, I heard that we're going, so I hear the team have booked all the flights for the mechanics.
Even if the structures of the series has not been completed?
Well, we know that the structure's not going to be complete. We know there's going to be a medical centre there. There's going to be garages there, temporary garages, but and the track will be ready. This is what we've heard. I don't know. I mean, Dorna, they're more up to date with the actual situation.
What does it mean to you to be the first rider to beat the car 40 record of 59 victories?
Yeah, really nice. That's because he's been a legend of Superbike for, well, he still is a legend of Superbike. So to surpass his wins has been really nice. It's a landmark in my career, and then that's it. Keep working. Try to set the record really high, so that nobody can beat it.
Yeah, so
but will be really difficult.
You were the first one to beat it since 1999. You can believe it? This record lasted since 1999.
Yeah, because Fogarty was like a god. You know, he was idol of Superbike, so it's normal that this kind of, and he had such a dominance with Ducati through his career, so it kind of is normal that he was so good. And then for me, just try to keep my way, and hopefully I can set the record really high, and for sure records will always be beaten.
Yeah.
But hopefully this can stand for a long time.
Yes. So, okay. This is a funny question. We will see the Rea legacy from you to your kids. So in the future we will see Tyler and Jake competing here?
No, I don't know.
Joking, huh?
Completely up to them. I prefer not, to be honest, because I prefer a little bit normal life compared to stay in the racetrack, but we'll see. I don't know, it's up to them. If they want to race, so obviously I have to support them, but for me it's easier to stay at home and to enjoy family life and do normal things like this week, teaching the kids how to swim in the swimming pool, and focus on them really. But who knows, maybe I'll still be here in 20 years, but with a son.
Yeah, in any case they have a good teacher.
Yes, thank you.